Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. First of all, if you're watching this the day it goes out, don't forget to enter the competition for your chance to win one of 5 exclusive Thunder Serpent mounts. Just check out the link in the video description to enter. So today I want to talk a little bit about Team Q and why you should really consider playing it some more. Up until recently, I've mostly been playing solo queue with a few pre-made games here and there, but starting about a week ago, I've been playing 3v3s with my friends Mythrain and Spino. It's not that I haven't played in a team before, but usually it's kind of just like a pickup game. We get a couple of people together, hop on Discord and just start playing a few games. Usually we'll play 5 to 10 games and then maybe we'll play together again, or maybe we won't. The difference with my current team is that at the time of making this video, we've played a little over 60 games together. And in that time, I think all 3 of us have improved a lot just from playing as a team. I think this is something that everyone can benefit from, and you'll likely improve a lot faster in a team than you would by just spamming solo queue. So, what's the difference between solo queue and team queue? The first thing you'll notice when you step into team queue is the difference in skill at different divisions. Diamond in team queue is a lot more competitive than Diamond in solo queue. So, when you make a team, don't get disheartened if you don't end up in the same bracket that you are in solo queue. Also, consider this. There are over 500 Grand Champions in solo queue right now. In 3v3, there are only 25 Grand Champion teams. So reaching a rank in 3v3 means a lot more than it does in solo queue. The second difference is the win condition. In solo queue, part of what makes people successful is raw skill, sure. But all the way up to champion, target focus in solo queue is pretty poor. Even a lot of Grand Champions don't focus targets properly. And to be fair, you can't have eyes on everything at once. You won't always see when the healer blows all their cooldowns, and you have no way of telling your team if you do see that happen. And as such, the margin for error in solo queue is way larger. If you make a mistake, not everyone's going to see it, and as such, you're not going to get punished too hard for it. In team queue, the communication some teams have is instantly obvious. You blow a cooldown and it's not just the person who saw you do it that focuses you, the whole team focuses you. So winning a game in team queue doesn't just come down to who has better mechanics, it's also dependent on having strong communication. When you have 3 pairs of eyes and good communication, you can be aware of all the enemy's cooldowns at all times. So when your ally calls out that the rook has no counter, all 3 of you know you can fire all your big hitters into him at once. Thirdly, you can put a proper team comp together. Isn't that what everyone's been asking for? Well, yeah, Team Q lets you do that. Being able to put champions together that complement each other is a godsend. Pair that together with good communication and you can do some awesome combos that feel really cool to pull off. So you can probably already guess why all of this is good for improving as a player. But let's just answer the question anyway. Why should you play Team Q? Well, let's start with some anecdotal evidence from myself and my team. We were all Champion 5 in solo queue when we started playing together. After only a week of playing together, we've all gone up a couple of divisions in solo queue. What we've learnt from playing as a team transfers over to solo queue very well. When I'm up against Grand Champions now, it really doesn't feel as daunting as it did before. I actually feel a lot more comfortable. But why has that happened? It's actually quite simple. As I said before, the margin for error in team queue is way smaller. You make a mistake and you get punished for it pretty hard. That teaches you much better habits for solo queue as well. Sure, you won't get punished every time you make a mistake in solo queue, but if you make almost no mistakes, you're going to have a much better time. Secondly, everyone has gaps in their game. My aim on Paloma is pretty decent, I usually hit my shots when I need to, and I'm pretty good at keeping my team alive most of the time. But there were a bunch of things that I was weak at that didn't become apparent until playing Team Q. First of all, I didn't play aggressively enough when an enemy was vulnerable. If someone on the enemy team blows all their cooldowns, even as a support, you should be supplementing some damage. Having comms and hearing my team call out when someone has no cooldowns made me much more aware of when I should be bursting someone. Now I can actually see when someone has no cooldowns more often, even without being told. Secondly, I was a little bit trigger happy with my other side and panic. My default is usually to other side my team, but I've learnt that when I'm getting focused, I shouldn't worry so much about other siding my teammates, and I need to save it for myself a little bit more. I was already pretty decent at counting ally cooldowns to see when they might need other side, but I feel like I've improved on that even more. I've also learnt that it's better to hold on to my panic for way longer than I was before. Every champion has a cooldown or two that, when they're down, it's time to focus them. For example, Raigon, when his parry and space are down, you focus him. For Paloma, it's Other Side and Panic. So if I blow my Panic too early, the enemy melee champions will see that as a chance to focus me. By holding onto it for longer, the melee will be a bit more cautious and not fully focus me until it's down. Some of these things I've just figured out for myself, but the communication with your teammates helps a lot as well. If you're a DPS main, you probably don't know the ins and outs of how a support works. By working closely with a support, you'll learn a lot more about when they need peels and when they can just handle themselves. So again, that skill helps when you go back to soloQ. You'll have a better sense of when you can carry on doing your thing and when your support might need your help. Likewise, as a support main, I've learned a lot more about how DPS players think, which is super helpful. So, now that I've persuaded you that this is a good idea, you're probably thinking, but Zio, how do I find a team? Well, a good starting point is to just add people you come across in soloQ. Let's say you're a Shifu player, and you get paired with a Lucy who seems to barrier you at all the right times. Just add them after the game. Likewise, if you're Paloma and you find an Ashka who keeps pushing back that croak that keeps stunning you, just add them. Do you remember the days before dungeon finders and automatic matchmaking? If you wanted to play with other people, you had to be sociable. You guys know you can still do that, right? It's weird because despite all the innovations in technology, gaming has become a much more lonely experience for some people. Even in multiplayer games, you play with people in a supposedly competitive environment, but for all you know, they could just be really well-programmed AI. You'll play with them for up to 45 minutes depending on the game, and then you'll probably never see them again. Most of the time, you might have a mutual interest in winning, but we all know sometimes you get stuck with that troll who's more interested in telling you how much you suck than focusing on winning the game. So when you come across a good player who you also get on with, freaking add them! Another option is Discord. Discord is one of the best resources for finding a team. There are a number of Discord servers out there, including the official Battlerite Discord and Magnificent Llamas, but the one that I mostly hang out in is Battlerite Hub. It was originally set up by Linkster, but I'm kind of using it as my Discord server as well. The whole server is filled with people who are eager to learn and improve, so it's a great place to find like-minded players. I'll leave a link to that Discord in the description, so come and say hi. So the main thing I want you to take away from this is that a lot of the issues you might be having in soloQ are solved by just playing with a regular team. So get out there and be more sociable, put a team together, and you'll improve so much faster. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite guides, news, and discussion. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/BattleriteSage. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.